my name is Margo. I'm from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and you are watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
My name is Kurt Wilson. I'm from Derry, New Hampshire, and I watch the Astute Tourist Channel.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Barbara. And we're at the New Hampshire Grass Drags today, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hi guys, this is Mr. Tranquilo, and you are watching the Astute Tourist Channel. Enjoy it.
Good morning, friends. I am Jimmy, your Astute Tourist. It is Monday, September 18th, 2023, in our year of the Lord. Hello, everybody. Good to see you all after a long weekend. At least for me, anyway. Colleen and I spent a long weekend up at the camp, and we had a great time. But good morning to you. September 18th, like I said. Where is the year going? Time is flying. Time is fleeting, as they say. It's hard to believe that we're already here, well past the end of what we would call the summer. 41 days until our cruise at the end of October. And it's getting closer. It's getting real close. So, yeah, we went up to the camp. We had a great time. Firefighter weekend. Hi, John. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to say hi. Good morning, John. Good to see you. Good to see Denise. How you doing? She said she's working incognito, hanging and hanging out, hiding in the wings at work. But thank you guys for coming in. So yeah, how was Firefighter weekend? Firefighter weekend was fantastic. It was fun-filled. The weather was decent. We escaped the wrath of Hurricane Lee. We experienced some wind at times, some concerning wind when you're sitting out in the woods under trees with nothing but an easy up over your head. Some of us had to tie the easy ups down. There you go. But nothing happened. Never even moved a leg on the easy up. So the wind came and went quickly, and Firefighter weekend went off with a bang. And now we have another one in the books. We probably had close to 60 people in all for Firefighter weekend. Some of us arrived up there Thursday night, and then they trickled in over the next 2 days. And it's a family time. Lots of people with their kids. This resort that we stay at, they have 2 pools. One's indoor, one is outdoor. They have a couple jacuzzis. There's a huge lake with a marina and a marine or camp store, and a big beach, a big pavilion. We played bingo. We watched some live music. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Had a big potluck on Saturday night. Lots of food. Oh my gosh, I never knew I could eat so much, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. So looking forward to next year. We still have a couple more weekends left at the resort, and some of the firefighters will be there as well. There's probably 6 or 8 of us that are spending this time there. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Denise says, I spent a long weekend at work. Lost one. I kept afloat. She couldn't hang on any longer. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. It's tough. That's what makes the job shitty. Pardon my French. Look, we do the best we can. People get sick. People get hurt. There's nothing we have done to create that. We do our best to try to help them get better. But sometimes people just don't get better. So you know that. But it's always a bad time when you lose somebody. But we did only 3 more weeks till the booze cruise, right? Well, it's 41 days, so a little more than 3 weeks. But we'll be heading down there, I think, on the Friday before. What's the date of that? Is the 27th. We'll be down there. And I know folks are meeting at some hotel somewhere. I don't think we're going to make it for that. We are going to, I think, do the ghost tour. That should be a lot of fun. And then we'll meet y'all on board the ship. It's just too much to do, and we have the family. And, like I always say, anytime that we go on a trip with a bunch of people, look, it's your time. You do you. So that's what it's all about. But we will meet up with you on deck for a Bon Voyage cocktail. That is a promise, believe me. And I'll be giving the hugs out. So 3 working weekends. Yep, I hear you, my friend. Won't be long. Shirley is here. Good morning, Shirley. It's good to see you. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. Sometimes the only care that will make a difference is holding a hand when they need it. Yep. I've certainly been there. Held a couple hands as they expire. Never makes it any easier. But so we had a great weekend up there. Like I said, we got a couple more. We left the doggies at home. They stayed home with Nick. And that way we didn't have to worry about them. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of kids, bikes, and then, adults doing what they do best, which is sharing stories and mixing cocktails. Thursday night when we got up there, one of our good friends, he had an outdoor martini bar. And if you like martinis, oh my goodness gracious. He made just about whatever you want. And he was making pizza as well. So it was martini and pizzas. I don't drink martinis, but I enjoyed some whiskey and some pizza. And then Friday night, we hung out. We played bingo Friday night, but I hung out with just was catching up with a lot of old colleagues. And honestly, the stories we told, I woke up Saturday morning with my sides hurting because I laughed so hard. We were all laughing and having such a great time. It was good to get together. I really needed that. But it was a lot of fun. Then I said Saturday, we waited for Hurricane Lee to come through. And then we had the potluck, and we shut down the road that we were on. The campground let us shut down. We set up a bunch of tables and brought a bunch of food out, and sat around and ate and laughed and drank and went and saw a live band. Some of the other folks just stayed around the camp and basically hung around the fires and that. We had some friends that came up and spent the weekend with us. And it was good. So it was good to catch up with them as well. That's what I did. Finally made her a DNR and we took her off the vent per their wishes, right? Sometimes that's what you got to do. You have to just say, it's time. Scott from Controversial Cruising is here. Good to see you, my friend. Good morning. Good early morning to you. OG Bran is here. What is happening? Bran, it's good to see you. Everybody is saying good morning to everybody. Yeah, we had a good time. I didn't have any time to do any lives from up there, honestly. And it's funny, I've never slept so late as I do up there. Got back home, couldn't sleep last night. per usual. But up there, I mean, most mornings I slept past 7. One morning I slept till 9:30. That was Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning at 9:30, which is late. I can't remember the last time I slept that late. But we had a good time. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had fun with family and friends or hanging out with your loved ones. Must I say cheers? I think I must. Good morning, everybody. Best sip of the day. It is Cup of Joe Live, featuring yours truly, Jimmy the Astute Tourist. We're here every morning, just about every morning at 6 a.m. We've been taking Fridays off. This weekend should be a normal Friday, so I should be able to come up from location. Colleen is working, so I should be up and about doing our live stream Friday morning. We'll see, weather permitting, and as long as I get a signal. I have to run off a hotspot up there. They have Wi-Fi that doesn't work. It's awful. Chillin' Charlie is here. Good morning, Charlie. It's good to see you. Sorry to the Debbie Downer. Is that you? No, you're not a Debbie Downer. If you're talking about you, no, ma'am. I do have my coffee, and I hope you have your morning beverage as well. Some people drink nothing in the morning. Some people have coffee. Some people have tea. If you work late nights, who knows? Maybe you have a adult beverage. Whatever you like is fine by me. But yeah, there's I don't have a lot to talk about really, except for, hey, what do I got on my arm here? I don't piece of paper stuck on my arm. It's raining out here in the Northeast. Let's go over and take a look at the weather, see what that's like. The weather here in southern New Hampshire, it's 59 degrees currently. It is raining. Looks like we're going to have rain all day, 80% chance through the evening till about 2 a.m. And tomorrow it looks like it should be a clear day according to this. So it's going to be a rainy, dreary day. You know, not like we haven't had any rain this summer. It's done nothing but rain here. I know in some parts of the country they haven't had a lot of rain, but man, we've been getting nailed. Shirley, I wanted to ask you, did you get any of the wind or anything from Hurricane Lee? I know they said Nova Scotia was supposed to get hit. It probably mellowed right out by the time it got towards you, I'm guessing, but Cup of Joe this morning, right on. Good for you. Coffee brewing here, just put the first load of laundry in. Yeah, Colleen's actually working today because she took Friday off, so she's going to go in. Mondays are typically her day off. High winds at the tail end. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of us got up here. We were getting, 20 to 30, gusts up to 40. There's a few gusts. Like I said, sitting at a campground under a bunch of trees, it kind of heightens your sense of awareness. Looking up and seeing the trees bend a little bit. No cracking at all, which was good. But we fared well. Fire in my trees, right? Charlie's going to join you later, he said. Good morning, Mom. It's good to see you. I hope all is well. 56 here this morning. Feels like fall. It really does. I went out this morning. The peepers were peeping. Excuse me. And then just before I went live this morning, I could hear it raining out. Little breezy today. Everybody's saying hi to Mom. Took your plants off the edges, or off the ledges. That's good. Have you moved in yet to the new place, Shirley? Mom says 78 there. That sounds fantastic. I'll take that. Kesha's here. Hi. Good morning to you. It's good to see you. Good morning. Good Monday morning. Shirley saying good morning. Much love and glitter to everybody, and the same to you. Aha, movers are coming this morning. Right on. Good. Get you into your new place, which will be good. Okay, so it is Monday morning. It is September 18th, and we are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I think we are. Like I said, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Didn't have a lot planned. Didn't have a lot of time to get prepared this morning. We got in late yesterday afternoon from camp. I was going to spend the night there, but that just makes it a rush. I'd have to get on the road by 5 o'clock, get home here, change, and then take the car, because I have a work car, and that sits here when I'm on the weekends and at night. So we'd have to come home. It's an hour and a half drive one way, and then I need to be to work by 7:20. So we came back yesterday, last night. Just trying to catch up to everybody. I already did that. Movers are coming. So far, so great. Shirley says. Brandon saying hi to Nancy and Keisha. All right. Here we are. Let's why don't we do this? This Week in History. This Week in History is brought to you by, as always, Revive Furniture and Home Decor. You can check them out at revivefurnitureandhomedecor.com. They make decorating easy. So on this day, September 18th, as I scroll back the hands of time, in 1819, French physicist Jean-Bernard Léon Foucault, who introduced and helped develop a technique of measuring with extreme accuracy the absolute velocity of light, and provided experimental proof that Earth rotates on its axis, was born. In 1885, Bulgarian nationalists in eastern Rumelia mounted a coup and declared the province's unification of Bulgaria, leading to the Serbo-Bulgarian War. We are a warlike people, aren't we? We talk about war a lot throughout history. Not good. In 1895, Booker T. Washington declared the Atlanta Compromise, a classic statement on race relations, in a speech at the Atlanta, Georgia Exposition. In 1898, British forces under Sir Horatio Herbert Kitchener confronted French forces commanded by Jean-Baptiste Marchand at the disputed fort of Fashoda in the Egyptian Sudan. Again, more war. In 1905, Greta Garbo, who is best known for her portrayals of strong-willed heroines, most of them as compellingly enigmatic as herself, was born in Stockholm. 1933, Canadian ice hockey coach Scotty Bowman, who won a record 9 Stanley Cups as a head coach in the National Hockey League, was born. In 1948, a local communist commander seized power in Medellin. Here I go. It is Monday. In Indonesia, as part of the rebellion effort against the Sukarno government. in an incident known as the Mudinian Affair. In 1961, UN Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld died in a plane crash that generated much speculation. A 2017 investigation found that it appears plausible that an external attack or threat may have been a cause of his death. Wow. In 1965, Japanese astronomer, they discovered the comet Ikeya Seki. In 1970, American rock guitarist and singer Jimi Hendrix, who fused American traditions of blues, jazz, rock, and soul with techniques of British avant-garde rock to redefine the electric guitar in his own image, died of an overdose of barbiturates in London. Sad day, Jimi Hendrix. For the second straight day in 2001, Typhoon Nari pounded Taiwan with record rainfalls, causing massive flooding and killing 79 people. In 2014, Scottish voters rejected a referendum that would have made Scotland an independent country. They rejected it. 2020, American lawyer Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was the second woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court from 1993 to 2020, died at the age of 87. Notable birthdays, as we said, Greta Garbo. In 1951, Ben Carson, American neurosurgeon and politician, was born. In 1954, Steven Pinker, Canadian-American psychologist. 1961, James Gandolfini, American actor, best known for his portrayal as Tony Soprano in The Sopranos. And in 1971, Lance Armstrong, American cyclist, all born on this day. Also, Samuel Johnson, an English author, was born on this day in 1709. And then our featured event today was the Mukden seized by Japan. On this day in 1931, in the so-called Mukden incident, the Japanese army in Manchuria used the pretext of an explosion along its railway to occupy Mukden and to increase its control within 3 months to all of Manchuria. 1931. I started watching last night when we got home. Apparently there's a program that was on called Pacific. It was produced in 2010, and it was a post show to Band of Brothers, if you'd ever seen Band of Brothers. Pretty good show. Talk about that in a minute. So this has been This Week in History. And like I said, as always, This Week in History is brought to you by our sponsor, Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Check them out at revivefurnitureHomeDecor.com. They also have a Shopify store, and they have a Facebook page. And some of you have done it, but I'd like you to go over, if you would, for me. Do me this favor, go over to their Facebook page, leave them a comment, and tell them that Jimmy sent you. Check them out at, like I said, their store is really cool. They got a lot of cool stuff. So since we're on the bandwagon, don't forget to check out our swag store. You can get yourself some really cool stuff. Help support our channel. Go over to the Spring store, our Teespring store, and get yourself a t-shirt, a coffee mug, and whatnot. You can also get this fine product right here over at our Etsy store. coffee tastes so much better in this cup. Get yourself one of these, and support the channel, support the show. And I do appreciate your support in advance. All right, so we were talking history. So I started watching this show called Pacific, and it follows, it was a show that was made after Band of Brothers, and pretty cool. I mean, not cool, but you know me, I'm a history guy, and as far as cool goes, I think they've done a really good job with it. And it takes place and shows a lot of the Pacific campaign. So clearly, after the European campaign in World War II, off to the Pacific we went, and in the South Pacific and all the islands there, and fighting the Japanese. Some good stories in there. I learned it's all based on real people. Getting a phone call from Nick right now, so let's take this. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that, folks. Nick's having some car troubles, which is kind of crappy for him, but he's fine, he said, so he's safe and everything's good. Still in ya is here. Good morning, my friend. It's good to see you. Driving and listening, so 2 hands on the wheel. Stay safe, sir. Please enjoy your day. Don't let nothing or no one steal your joy, ladies and men. Absolutely, brother. I appreciate that. So, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, it was Nick, my son. So if it was anyone else, I would have just let it go. But he goes, "Are you you doing your live?" I go, "Yep." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He just needed to get our mechanic's information. I guess his car is sputtering and spitting and check engine lights flashing, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. He's driving what I would call an old jalopy. I don't know what year it is. It's a Jeep Liberty, and it's on its last legs. So I don't know what's happening, but more to follow with that. But so I was talking about this show Pacific. Has anybody seen it? Has anybody seen Band of Brothers or anything like that? I enjoy all of that. And like I said, they're based on real people. And it follows somewhat of the exploits of certain Americans that fought in the war. But it's a really, really good show. And if you like history, I would say that it's something you should check out. Denise says she loved Band of Brothers. Yeah, good show. Sad. I mean, this is real stuff. And this one is not any different as far as, you start watching these characters and man, the stuff that these poor guys endured. And ladies as well. But those guys were on the front, man, and I can't even imagine. It's like being at the gates of hell. That's all I could think of. Old cars are the best, right, John? Colleen and I own 2 Jeep Liberties, and I'll be honest, they should take the name Jeep off them, because Jeeps are good vehicles. Wranglers. I have a Wrangler now. I love the thing. The thing is great. The Liberties, not so good. Not in my opinion. Nothing like an old muscle car, right? We were talking about that the other day. But the show Pacific, I'd recommend it if anybody likes American history and that kind of thing. I would recommend checking it out. Dawn is here. Good morning, Dawn. I should say good afternoon to you. Dawn is here. Dawn's here. And I need to ask you for something a little bit later, if you wouldn't mind. I'll send you an email. I hope everything is good with you and Mike. Thank you again for all the seeds. I still have them right here. I have to store them. Did you guys see did you see my mail call that I did? Look at all the seeds that she sent me. I can't wait for spring. I want to plant them all. Cannot wait. Thank you again, Dawn. Billy's here from Bamanola Adventures. Good morning to you, my friend. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. John says, back when the computer in the car was the spark plug. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. Remember, you could open the hood and there was so much room in there, you could get right in there with the motor and work without tearing your arms up and hands. Now they pack all that crap in there so much you can't even get a couple fingers in. It's terrible. You need to dismantle the whole front end of the car sometimes just to work on them. Olive Farm Retreat. Well, here you are now. I'm well. Good to see you. I'm guessing, is this Mike? Hi, Mike. Good morning to you. I should say good afternoon to you. It's probably close to cocktail hour in your neck of the woods. It is it's 34 minutes past the hour of 6 a.m. EST. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, they don't make cars like they used to. Cars are a necessary evil in my eye. If I could find a better means of traveling other than using a car, we need a transporter machine like Star Trek. Put in the coordinates, beam yourself over to somewhere, and then beam yourself back. Wouldn't that be cool? Mr. Scott, set coordinates for Los Angeles, California. No, I don't want to go to California. Set coordinates for Naples, Florida. Or New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans. Is that how they say it? New Orleans? I don't know. New Orleans, where I'm from. New England to New Orleans. And back again. We'll be sailing on the Carnival Glory soon. Can't wait for that. I can't believe we're getting that close. I still have 3 more camping trips before then. I still don't have a Halloween costume. Nor do I, oh, no, I was going to say, nor do we have a plane flight home, but we do. I bought a plane flight home, so we've secured that. I talked about that, I think, the other day. Mike says, "Hey, wifey." Well, hello, wifey. That's cute. Love you guys. Love you all. Nawlings, New Orleans, New Orleans, right? New Orleans. When I was a kid, I think that's how we used to say it. New Orleans. I don't know what the proper pronunciation is. I'm from New England. We bastardize English language. Just ask Dawn, she knows. We say aluminum and they say aluminium. What's correct? I don't know. You say potato, I say potato. Let's call the whole thing off. Dawn is posting all the links, all the good links. Helping Hands for Cruising is definitely one. You don't have to wait for the cruise-a-thon to donate. Speaking of Helping Hands for Cruising, I will be up Wednesday morning with Sean from Helping Hands and from the Down Under Cruisers. We will be up bright and early. And speaking of being on lives together, this gentleman right here has reached out to me about doing a live together, and I need to get with you as well, Scott. So I will hopefully reach out to you today, and we'll plan on that as well. This weekend was crazy. So you hit me up the end of last week, and it was crazy trying to get ready for our trip away and that. So crazy stuff. But I will get in touch with you soon. Charlie says, California can stick it. I already live in stupid lefty Democrat state. If I move or travel, I'm going to the red states. Yeah. That's good. Hopefully it's a red state somewhere warm. Dawn says, I know. Yeah, hit up our PayPal, please. That's the best way to support us. You can always... Depends on who you're talking to, right, Mike? What is correct? I don't know. I can say aluminium. We've had this talk before with you when your wife is usually in, and Sean, because he's from Australia. So we've talked about chips versus French fries, potato chips versus crisps, things like that. I think we should have a whole show where we talk about the different names for the same types of products. Right? Nola Cola, Scott said. That's what they call that? Nola Cola? Okay. Roughs versus roof, right? What is it they say? A roof. People, I know people down around Pennsylvania. It's a roof. Up on the roof. Well, we say roof here, but it's all the same. Everything is correct. Like Mike said, it doesn't matter. It just matters where you're from, who you're talking to. That's Midwest. Pennsylvania, they say roof. Like a dog, roof. Right? I think we should, Charlie. We'll talk about all the things that, like I said, like chips versus French fries. Because fish and chips makes sense, right? Fried fish with French fries. But we call potato chips. They call them potato crisps. Biscuits we call cookies. It's interesting. I find it all very fascinating. Oh, draw and drawer. Right. draw and drawer. Well, and if you come to New England, especially people from Boston, and we've talked about this before, but a car, K-A-H, that's an automobile. A car. It's a car. One interesting thing too, right? The English, they call, what do you call the trunk of a car? Doesn't it have a different name? The lift, right? An elevator. What do you call? Yeah, a boot. Okay, there you go, Mike. That's right. The boot versus trunk. Right. Cookies, biscuits, wool, wall, right? Wool and wall. The boot. Khakis versus car keys. My car keys. That's right, Scott. Anybody seen my car keys? Or a fork? Do you know what a fork is? My father has that New England accent. He's basically from Boston. And he says, fork. Anybody have an idea what that is? I'll tell you in a second. A fork. Billy says, I tell people down here that I rode by my house, meaning I went past your house. They say I drove by your house, meaning they came to my house. We say either way. I drove by. I rode by. I was a Ford car in England. Right? I don't give a fuck. So a fork, right? Heard of Peter Falk, right? Fork is a fork. So sitting at the dinner table there, John got it. My dad would say, hey, can you pass me a fork? That's right, Denise. Denise got it too, a fork. When he stubbed his toe. What the fuck? Fuck? Yeah, so it's pretty amazing wherever you go in the world, even in this country, the dialect is a little different. You go to Virginia, you can definitely tell people that have lived and grown up in old Virginia their whole life. The same thing with the New Orleans or Louisiana. A lot of those folks in New Orleans have a dialect that is it's distinguishable from others. A famous sketch, they ask for 4 candles and get 4 candles, right? 4 candles. I would never guess a fork, right, Billy? That's my dad and many older New Englanders. So when I hear, and I'm not picking on Glitter World at all, because she has an accent in Newfoundland, and her accent reminds me a lot of like the old English language here in New England. I absolutely love her accent. And she reminds me, when she speaks, she reminds me a lot of the older people that were around when I was a kid. And it's that accent that's all I can think of. It's like an English accent, but not quite. I love it. I think it's great. For some reason, it just reminds me of, or it makes me think of what people people's accent during colonial times here in America. Denise's accent is country as cornbread. And I would say I definitely can hear your accent when you speak in a good way. I'm sure that you all can hear mine. As much as I try to articulate the English language, my Bostonian accent comes out, even though I live 40 miles north. It's that typical park your car in Harvard Yard. Get your car keys. Najuma Brown is here. Good morning, Najuma. It's good to see you. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. You and the family are doing well. I like now that when I speak Cypriot or Greek, no one thinks I'm English. Got the accent great now. Fantastic. Wish I could learn to speak Greek. Well, I suppose I could, but wish I could find the time to do it. Yeah, when you were in the military, Bob, Celeste is here. You probably spent time in the South, right? So you were y'all in the South? Y'all. I definitely hear your accent as well, Billy, when I see you on your videos. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Mike says, so do I, Jimmy. Right, Mike? Right. I'd like to, I had a Greek grandfather, and man, I'd hear him talk, and it was definitely all Greek to me. Right? I beat you to it. It is definitely all Greek to me. I was watching Harold Balder recently, and he was in Rhodes. His last videos were in Rhodes. And Rhodes is that's the island that I want to go to. My grandfather was born and lived there, and it was kind of cool watching him do some of the stuff from Rhodes, and the folks there speaking Greek, of course, because they're in Greece. You were in Texas and Missouri. In Missouri? Texas and Missouri. Billy sounds like home to me. I grew up on the Mississippi-Alabama line. I was actually born in North Louisiana. That's Louisiana, not Los Angeles, folks. Just so that you know. Cocktail time. Ding, 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 ding. Cocktail time. I need to let my liver recover after this weekend. We we were tripping the light fantastic this weekend, as they say. Yeah. Put a hurting on a handle of Crown for sure. My son is taking French in high school. I wish he would have taken Spanish. He could probably use Spanish more. The way this country's going. John says, the one that gets me is New York, New Jersey. I live in upstate New York and can't understand most of what the people downstate say. Yeah, New York, coffee. Anybody want a cup of coffee? Mike says, beer o'clock. Beer. I used to love beer. Beer just doesn't love me anymore. Oops, grew up on the Mississippi-Louisiana line. Billy says he was born in South Louisiana, that lower Alabama. Right? He was born in lower Alabama. When I was in Colorado, there's a town called Buena Vista. But we would say Buena Vista, spelled the same, but they call it Buena. And also, there's a river there called the Arkansas River. spelled just like the state Arkansas. But don't call it the Arkansas River. They call it the Arkansas River. Oh, okay. I never did understand that. So we're going to Buena Vista. We're gonna swim in the Arkansas River. I don't know. I just never understood any of that stuff. Did I show you this? I think I showed you guys this. It's hard to see through it. I need to put something behind it. Astute tourist. Shooter. Some lucky recipient's going to get one of these on the cruise. Astute tourist shooter. And if you don't get one on the cruise, you can always reach out. Maybe we'll start selling those at the store. Should we? I don't know. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. But I ordered them toothpick holder. Can't bet a good bidder. By the way, Mike, that's a great picture of you and Dawn. Look at those smiles. Tell that's a couple that are in love and they've been together for a good time. Amount of time, I mean. Of course, they're together for a good time. The good times, the bad times, rich or poor. Oh, look at you. Thank you. Dawn's throwing out some of these video links. You are the fantastic mod. I appreciate you very much. So, all right, so let's see. It's 6:53. I think we're going to get out of here a little early. I got a couple things I need to do before I hit the road. I really appreciate you all coming in. We'll be back up tomorrow morning. Of course, tomorrow morning. Oh, so I have to guess what country you were in when that photo was taken. Let me go back. Let me look. There's probably nothing in the photo that gives it away. You were in Italy? How's that? Probably a terrible guess. Billy says, I stopped drinking beer when I turned 21 when they started to ID me, but I still drink a mixed drink. Yeah, I don't drink beer anymore because it makes me feel like crap. I get bloated right away. It's all the grain, I think. But I used to brew my own beer. I love beer. Just doesn't like me. Oh, you were in Cyprus. Okay. There you go. Okay. I figured that was the obvious, but I was like, well, maybe that's not it, but not a regular holiday country, right? So look, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys for tuning in. It is Monday, September 18th. We're going to be right back here tomorrow morning. Dawn, I'll be reaching out to you later, as well as you, Scott. Scott and I will talk about doing a stream together. And Dawn, I need to talk to you about a couple other things. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Hey, Kurt and Marcia from CME Traveling is here. I'm wakey. Good morning. You can check these guys out at 8 a.m. today. They're usually up at that time. So I'm sure Eddie Lugo will be up at 7:15. And then at 8 o'clock, you can check out Kurt and Marcia. And then after that, I don't know. But it's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. You're catching us at the tail end. So I'll be here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. as always. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. Don't forget to make a difference in somebody's day. All you have to do is smile at somebody. Say a kind word, shake a hand. Even give a hug if they are so inclined for that. Make somebody's day. You just never know what it can do. I try to do that every day. Never know what someone's story is, and it's not always a good one. And all you have to do is smile or say something nice to somebody. Say, hey, good to see you this morning. Or I like those loafers you're wearing, or what a nice car. Something like that. Think about first responders. They're out there every day, 24/7, keeping us safe, keeping us healthy. The firefighters, the police officers, the healthcare workers, our EMS workers, and our nurses. Don't forget our nurses. I separate them from healthcare workers because our nurses, they're the greatest. We love our nurses. There's nothing like nurses. Without them, really, the healthcare and hospitals would be a mess. They keep everything going. Love them. Denise says she needs a hug. Sorry, honey. I wish I was there. I'd give you one. You know I would. Give you a big hug for the day. Last but not least, think about our veterans. They're out there every day on the proverbial wall, protecting us, keeping us from harm, protecting our liberties and justice, our liberties and freedoms. And that big, beautiful flag that's behind me, and the flag of the country where you are in or where you are from. I love my flag. I respect it every day. I salute it. Red, white, and blue. It means more than the cloth it's printed on. And watching that show Pacific just reminds me of the things that ordinary citizens like you and I did and gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect that and keep us free. So God bless them and God bless our veterans. Love you guys. Thank you for coming in. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down, way deep down. My name is Jimmy. I'm your astute tourist. I will see you tomorrow. I think. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's try that again.